Creek, and today I'm going to talk to you about blueberries. Blueberries are great for pollinators and birds and people. Now, I've got some blueberry bushes in front of you here. They're not blooming right now, but as you can see, they have bloomed because now we're full of blueberries. Blueberries do great in the South. These blueberries, they're rabbit eyes, and they were developed particularly for the Southeast and southern states because they don't require as much cold weather to set their blooms. When you plant blueberries, you need to plant at least 2 different varieties. Blueberries will self-pollinate, but they produce better fruit if they cross-pollinate. So when you're planting an area in your yard to plant blueberries, give yourself space for at least 2. I have 8 in my yard. I feed the birds as much as they want. I feed my friends, and I get all I want. Blueberries do well in our acid soil, and they want to be in some sun. We have plants that pair well. Their blueberries are early season, mid-season, and late season. So we have 2 varieties of early and 2 varieties of mid. So that way you can pair up early season and mid-season. You can also pair early and mid. They bloom close enough together that they will cross-pollinate, even though they don't ripen at the same time. Blueberries bloom early in the season. When I see mine starting to bloom, usually it's still pretty cool. And I worry, are the bees ready? Where are the bees? And the minute these things start to bloom, the bees come out of nowhere. And it's still pretty cool when they're finished blooming and I don't see them again. So I don't know if they must just come out to pollinate the blueberries. But the blueberry bushes will be covered in bees. I like to go out and just watch the bees working on my blueberry bushes. Blueberries will start to ripen typically in June. I think I'm going to have some in late May this year. And depending upon the variety, they will go into July. I don't have any late season. We don't have late season here. They're just not as common, which will then go later into July. I don't think they'll make it into August. Blueberries are shallow rooted, so don't plant them deep. Keep their roots right on top of the ground. And you can mulch them with pine straw, which is acidic, and blueberries like acid soil. You need to make sure that you water them. If you don't water them, your blueberries are going to turn into raisin berries. So they need the water to fill. I water mine 3 times a week and make sure I soak the full root mix. You want to fertilize blueberries March, May, July. And I want to show you fertilizer. This is Hollytone or Berrytone. Berry, obviously for the berries. Hollytone is also for acid-loving plants. It's an organic, so it's a slow release. It releases over about 30 days. Some of the chemical fertilizers that you use release all at once. I like to have mine spread out over a longer period of time. And all I do is I spread about a cup of it on the ground around the blueberries. If you have a bed, you can kind of scratch it in a little bit, but I just let mine dissolve and soak into the roots over time. The most fun is to go out in your backyard and stand at your blueberry bushes and eat the blueberries right off the bush. If your bushes are big enough and you let the birds participate, there are times I'm eating the berries down here and the birds are eating the berries up there. So they're great for pollinators, they're great for the birds, and they're great for the people.